Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Despite telling Robyn something different, Kody Brown of Sister Wives is still in love with Janelle. Janelle examines her own spiritual release and reflects on Mary's. On Sunday, February 2nd, Janelle Brown, Kody Brown, and her husband, David Woolley, set out on a cross-country road trip in the Sister Wives episode. While traveling, the two talk about Mary Brown, their former sister wife, and her recent split from Kody Brown. Both women say they hope Mary will be happy and perhaps fall in love again. I hope Mary does well. Janelle says, I feel like she's been through a lot, so I really hope, I really want all the good things for her. I hope she can get in a loving relationship, Kody says, agreeing. Then, Janelle tells Kody that Mary's marriage to Kody was formally terminated when she obtained a spiritual release from their previous church. During a confessional, Janelle acknowledges that she is also thinking of having a spiritual release. I am aware that Mary recently had a divorce, or what we call a release. Janelle says, I kind of like the idea of getting a spiritual release, as a result of the experience. But I'm not even sure who I should call. Kody offers thoughts on spiritual distancing. In his own confessional, Kody discusses the subject as well and admits that he never felt the need for a formal spiritual divorce from Kody or Mary. He wonders, nevertheless, if there is still a stronger bond between them in regards to Janelle. As Kody acknowledges, I didn't feel like I needed a spiritual divorce from Kody, and I didn't feel like I needed a spiritual divorce from Mary. I'm not sure if Janelle and I are still bound by some sort of karmic connection. According to the rules of their previous religion, a woman is not deemed spiritually divorced until she has had sexual relations with another man, at least as Kody's surviving wife Robyn Brown has stated. Kody and Janelle, however, are adamantly opposed to that idea. During their road ride, Janelle says to Kody, I just think that's bulls, I'm sorry. I consider that to be dogmatic. I used to hear that doctrine and think, okay, whatever. In a confessional, Kody also opposes the notion, stating, go have s*x with somebody, then that marriage is over. You can go on. Mary weighs in on the concept as well, saying in her own confessional, does it imply I'm still attached to Kody until I have sex with somebody? It doesn't signify that, in my opinion. The main reason, in my opinion, is that if you plan to have sex outside of your marriage is now void. Kody claims he wasn't meant to be aware of Janelle's move. Kody also reveals that he only learned of Janelle's relocation to North Carolina via chance. I'm not sure how to describe this. In a confessional, the TLC star says, I never meant for me to know that Janelle was moving. At their own admission, one of my kids made a mistake and told me. The child, who Kody did not identify, implored him to please don't repeat that or pretend you never heard it, he adds. Janelle admits that she didn't see a reason to tell Kody about the transfer, even though she doesn't state outright that she did so on purpose. I kept it from Kody, she acknowledges. I saw no justification for telling him. There is no crossover between our lives. Simply put, I didn't feel that what I was doing was his concern. Mary is no longer considered family by Janelle. Janelle also states unequivocally that she no longer views Kody or Mary as family, likening their current dynamic to closing a failing company. Since we are no longer family, Janelle says, I'm so glad Mary understands why it's wise to have a lawyer. This is essentially people trying to shut down a business that went bad. She's talking about the division of their Coyote Pass property, which she, Robyn, Kody, and Mary bought in 2018. After splitting from Kody, Kody had already sold her portion for $10 in 2022. After learning that Kody and Robyn intended to sell Coyote Pass, Janelle and Mary had previously talked about hiring attorneys in the January 26th episode. Mary and Janelle weren't certain that selling was the right course of action, though. In a one-on-one interview, Mary states, I think Kody and Robyn probably have some plan of what they want to do and how they want to handle it. I believe Janelle has a plan, and I am aware that I have too. And since we don't trust one another, none of us are speaking to one another. Mary and Janelle concur that legal counsel is essential. In the end, Janelle determines that the best approach to safeguard her interests is to get legal counsel. She says, "I think it is time for somebody to be pushing my interests," and discloses that she has already had a conversation with an attorney. Additionally, she advises Mary to follow suit, and Mary concurs. Sister Wives. Indications the show will never be the same after the fight over Coyote Pass. Kody's victim act is alienating his ex-partners, and he can't resolve his problems with his children. It has become evident that Kody Brown's problems with his children and victim mentality will put an end to Sister Wives forever, and he is currently involved in a court dispute with his ex-wives over the Coyote Pass property. For almost 30 years, the patriarch of the Brown family ruled his realm with an iron fist, but in November 2021, everything collapsed. After deciding she could stand Kody's abuse, including his preference for Robyn Brown, Christine Brown, now married to David Woolley, left him. Mary Brown, Kody's first wife, ultimately declared their separation in January 2023, after Janelle Brown followed in Christine's footsteps in December 2022. As Sister Wives Season 19 progresses, it becomes evident that Kody has lost control over his ex-wives, and his failed Coyote Pass fantasy serves as the perfect example of how his rule is coming to an end. In addition, Kody obviously feels sorry for himself and has alienated most of his children. He appears to be determined to destroy Sister Wives as a whole. A long time ago, Janelle and Mary might have given in to Kody's demands, but those days are long gone. For everyone concerned, the Coyote Pass saga is an emotional minefield because it can be hard to understand. Kody, Robyn, Mary, and Janelle are co-owners of the 4 lots that comprise the property. It's likely that Christine sold her share of the property to Kody in 2022 because she wanted to leave as soon as possible. Kody frequently pushes Mary aside, but she can no longer stand it. Because of her low self-esteem, Kody treated her like she was invisible and useless, even though she was his first wife. Additionally, she and Kody only had 1 child together, despite his desire for more children. Mary argued that Kody felt she didn't deserve an equal share of the Coyote Pass property because they only had 1 kid together, demonstrating his misogyny in the Coyote Pass agreement. Kody feels that Mary shouldn't receive a fair portion of the possible sale as a result. Even though Janelle should have a fair portion of the Coyote Pass sale according to Kody's reasoning, she was also ready to take legal action in retaliation. Furthermore, Janelle provided money alongside the patriarch himself, ensuring Kody's financial stability during his marriages to her, Christine, and Mary. "She doesn't trust me because she would screw me if she could, okay, and I'll be honest, I've thought about screwing her," Kody acknowledged in a Sister Wives confessional. Kody doesn't respect his ex-wives. Kody made his intentions known, even if he claimed Robyn prevented him from screwing Janelle in the Coyote Pass agreement. Mary and Janelle, on the other hand, persisted in their position. She gained confidence from Mary's Worthy Up campaign, and Janelle's fierce personality equipped her for this situation. For Kody, who is accustomed to having his way, all of this portends disaster. Kody's problems with his children are almost unsolvable, and these strained bonds may mean that Sister Wives is coming to an end. Many of the tense relationships appear to have reached a breaking point, and many haven't been steady for years. Janelle's son, Gabriel Brown, recalls with tears in Sister Wives Season 17 how Kody forgot his birthday and only called hours later to talk about the epidemic. Clearly devastated, Gabriel explained that he chose not to tell his father because he wanted to wait and see if Kody would recall on his own. He didn't. Gabriel and Garrison Brown's story just became more tragic. Garrison died in March 2024 after publicly accusing Kody of favoritism toward Robyn's family. No one will ever be able to move past that catastrophe. But Garrison wasn't the only Brown child to criticize Kody for showing partiality. One of Kody's fiercest opponents has been Christine's son, Paydon Brown, who has criticized Kody's treatment of his mother and closely examined his relationship with Robyn's children. The same has been said by Gwendolyn Brown. Many of Kody's prior wives and kids have accused him of being a terrible father and spouse. Kody shouted out his own children and played the victim rather than mending those connections. Kody is prepared to place the blame for significant family issues on someone other than himself. But he loved Garrison, and he also lost his son. He deserves sympathy since he is grieving. Although many members of the extended Brown family appear to be done with their former patriarch, Christine is the most blatant example of Kody's wives and kids moving on from their relationship with him. Christine quickly left Flagstaff to marry David and go to Utah. Since leaving Kody, Janelle has remained independent, considering a relocation to North Carolina after purchasing real estate and establishing a farm with her daughter, Maddie Brush. Maddie and her father no longer share a close bond. Although Mary found it most difficult to leave Kody, even she has moved on from their decades-long marriage. Mary just started her Worthy Up coaching campaign, and she owns Lizzie's Heritage Inn. She has been on a path of self-love, self-discovery, and weight loss. Her development clearly threatens Kody, as evidenced by his desperate attempt to get her to break off contact with her best friend, Jen. It was unsuccessful. Kody detests the fact that he is no longer the focal point of Christine, Mary, or Janelle's lives. Their lives and acts are no longer under the patriarch's authority. He has reacted angrily to this, particularly in light of the Coyote Pass controversy. But since these women are attempting to lead lives that aren't about Kody, his ongoing hate speech could put an end to the entire program. Surprisingly, Kody has portrayed himself in Sister Wives as a victim, yet this couldn't be further from the reality. Unable to comprehend why his ex-wives would ever leave him, he laments their absences. Kody defends his actions during the epidemic, when he gave Robyn's family a lot of favors. Additionally, he holds his ex-wives responsible for his strained ties with his kids, saying that Mary, Janelle, and Christine turned them against him. His victim act is not being believed by anyone. Sister Wives has become a disjointed and entirely different show because each character's story has become distinct. The show will eventually cease because of Kody's treatment of the Coyote Pass conflict and victimization, even if people will always be interested in Mary, Christine, and Janelle's lives. How appropriate that the erratic former patriarch will bring down the popular series. Fans of Sister Wives point out the biggest lies in the most recent episode. Many Sister Wives fans believed the entire family was lying to the world for years. Those fears were validated when Kody's original wives all left. Many viewers acknowledge that they can't always tell fact from fantasy as season 19 goes on. Fans were particularly enraged by the new episode that aired on Sunday night. View the opinions of other fans regarding the matter and their thoughts on the Sister Wives cast's continued deception on TV. Fans of Sister Wives attack the cast. Janelle and Christine exposed Kody and Robyn's dishonesty about the family finances in the most recent episode. They both acknowledged that they were relieved that they were no longer required to accompany him on significant purchases. Mary and Janelle had a video talk about the Coyote Pass incident in another recent episode. Both women mentioned Kody's duplicitous intentions and cunning. However, a lot of people believe that Sunday night's broadcast is the most deceptive of all. After Sunday night's show ended, a furious Sister Wives viewer wrote on Reddit, "The lies this episode, woman facepalming medium light skin tone. They included a number of screenshots that they said showed the cast members lying. Naturally, Robyn and Kody made the cut, but Mary and Janelle also did. When the women claimed that they had never taken shots or consumed a lot of alcohol, the OP didn't trust them. It's important to remember that the LDS Church does not allow alcohol. But when it works for them, the Brown family has a history of breaking the law." Kody maintained throughout the episode that he wasn't attempting to defraud his ex-wives by using the Coyote Pass scenario. According to Robyn, she never monitored Kody's routine. Few viewers took the stories seriously. Other Redditors immediately agreed with the original poster. They shared their own annoyances with the experience and expressed shock at the adult's obvious deceit. "With every lie, I had the same thought." The most significant was Robyn's initial assertion of involvement. "All she did was take.